What is up, YouTube? That's here. Today we're going to be using Starmie. Holy moly, did you guys even know Starmie was in this game? I know it's a BDSP OU staple, but man, Starmie's actually pretty good in VGC 2022 Series 12. I really like the fact that this Pokemon, if you use it with a Power Herb, can use Meteor Beam. It gets big Expanding Force. It can still use Max Geysers and go for big Hydro Pumps. It plays like a mixture of like Calyrex Shadow, Kyogre Lunala, and it's also pretty fast. It gets Natural Cure. Starmie's actually not a terrible Pokemon. You can also use like the way that I organize my team preview to tunnel your opponent into respecting electric attacks a little bit more. So they're like, oh man, if I have like a Zapdos or Regieleki, I definitely want to use that against the Starmie Yveltal player. And that's when you hit him with like the Indeedee Dialga Whimsicott board from hell. You can go for big Tailwinds, you can go for big Trick Rooms. Really, really cool, serious team we're using today that features some old school Gen 1 Pokemon. I want to direct you guys to the question today, and that is, which Gen 1 Gym Leader has the best ace Pokemon? Is it Brock with his Onix? Is it Misty with her Starmie? Lieutenant Surge with his Raichu? The other ones don't really matter. I guess Sabrina has an Alakazam. Koga and Erica are not really that great. I guess Blaine has an Arcanine, so that's a pretty good choice, but let me know the answer, you know? The answer may surprise us as a community. So we're going to hop right into it. I think this team is super cool and a great team to grind to Master Ball. It's going to be up on Patreon probably by the time this video is live, and other than that, we're going to hop right into the games. Wish me luck. Here we go. All right, here we go. Starmie versus Trick Room. All right. I mean, we can be okay if we can deny the Trick Room, but, like, we're gonna have a really hard time denying said Trick Room. We're probably just gonna have to go, like, Dialga Grim, set screens, and just chill. That's probably our best bet. I wish we had a better way to deal with the Amoonguss after they get up to the Trick Room. Do we want to go Starmie? Let me think about that. Like, what do you have? You're gonna have to go with some redirection. I actually think I'm going to go Starmie. It's good versus Palkia and Callie and Incin. I'll try it, yo. I'll try Starmie Dialga on the first game. Yveltal's okay. Still probably bring the Yveltal. I'm thinking about bringing the Indeedee in the back just to be able to redirect. But there's so much AoE. You know, that's the thing. It's like, what is the best play? Like, being able to Thunder Wave our Dialga would make it slower than their Callie. You might have to go for that. And big foul play energy against Callie, like I'm not gonna knock that in the late game. Black Glasted, boosted stab, dark aura foul play into that max Callie, like that's what I'm gonna do. So let's see how this works. Grim Dialga is probably a better lead, but it doesn't use Starmie. So like, you know we have to use Starmie. I'm expecting like Indeedee Trick Room. Realistically, with like Amoonguss and either Palkia or Callie in the back, depending on how they want to lead. This is like the longest black screen I've ever seen. Oh, there we go. What the heck was that? So let's see it. Cool. Yeah, Indeedee Palkia is probably better than Indeedee Callie because we can just stick as many defense boosts as we want. And oh, what? We win? What? The hell? Hello? Hello? Did we win? I think I won. The hell was that? Zapdos Yveltal. I have no idea what happened in that last game. Holy moly. It didn't even change my rank. So, like, that game was just null and void forever. Let's see. Landorus. Okay. So we can go, like, redirection Trick Room. And, like, we get up the Trick Room, and then we're a big bully versus almost all of their mons. They get up screens, but that's not that big of a deal. We can also try and be a bully with the Starmie. We speed tie the Zap, and I'm pretty sure a Helping Hand boosted Meteor Beam would like one-shot it. I almost want to do that. Helping Hand boosted Meteor Beam. Are you going to lead Whims? You're just going to lead Whims. So I'll just go into the Dialga. Like, this is just the safer play with like Yveltal in the back. And again, this is a Grimmsnarl with a Black Glasses, Stab, and potential for Dark Aura boosted foul play. Like, your Zacian's about to get one-shotted, bro. I don't think you understand just how much damage this is. Paired with, like, you know, any amount of, like, damage from the, you know, Yveltal or any of my other mons. We're in a pretty good spot here. We're in a pretty good spot. We have screens. It's so weird bringing Grimmsnarl as a mon in the back, but I think we're okay. Part of me really wants to just lead, like, Whims, Starmie, and just pop that Zapdos in the mouth. Yeah, I knew we could have, you know, but it is what it is. Like, this just gets Trick Room up, and then we just win, so, because then we just start one-shotting the dang Zapdos. Cool. So, redirection Trick Room. You can't break my Entity this turn. It's so weird how this team, like, any team that has Dialga Entity with, like, Whimsicott, you can't counter all of it. I know personally when I was trying to counter, like, Dialga teams, I was like, this is basically the biggest blender of all time. You don't even have to follow me here. We will follow me to stop the Eerie Impulse, but you don't have to. You do not have to. We can technically just click Expanding Force if we wanted to. I will actually just click Expanding Force. If you want to click Eerie Impulse, you're gonna not have your max, or you're gonna lose health on your max, and you can't taunt me right now. So like this is actually fine. It's not like they're gonna fling us with a Whimsicott or something. Yeah, go for it. They're not maxing. They can totally stick the Eerie Impulse here. Like that's fine. Heat Wave, bro. That ain't even close to it. I'll take a burn. That's unfortunate. Literally never lucky, but it also means that not clicking Follow Me was the right play. The Zapdos is so much weaker. The Whimsicott's under half, which means next turn, we just max Dialga and start popping off. If we even want to. That's like the thing. We don't even necessarily have to. We can go Expanding Force to kill the Whims. Doesn't matter which target we slot since... sorry, it doesn't matter what slot we target. You're definitely maxing the Dialga. We're going to max into the Zapdos. If you switch in Zacian, next turn we just switch into Max Quake. We already have the Trick Room up, so we win, basically. Hey, cool wins. We're not using Starmie, but, like, it just shows just how strong Dialga is. People like to think that, like, the same things that check Zacian check Dialga, and that's just not true. I mean, we got Heat Wave burned. That would have definitely checked a Zacian. It doesn't do shit versus a Dialga. So, big max Dialga here. Going for the Roar time. Not going to be super impactful into the Zapdos slot, but we're probably going to force them, you know, they only have 2 mons in the back. One of them has to be a Zacian. It's probably going to be both their restricteds realistically. So, like the Zacian Yveltal, and then we can just go, like, Follow Me, Max Quake, and just KO it. So, we're in a good spot. Ooh, they're maxing, they're wasting their max. Yes, please. You're going to lose your Zapdos this turn. Expanding Force plus the Max Whirlwind plus the Life Orb off the 150 base stab move should be able to take out a Zapdos that's at half. That's one of the reasons why we really want to go for the Expanding Force last turn, to lower that Zapdos' base HP. Helping Hand, they're going all in right now. I don't know about this one, Chief. So take out the Whims. Oh yeah, that thing's super gone. Super gone. Easy Dialga. And that's why Zapdos just isn't that hot in this format. Like, Lucky's just so much better in my opinion. So that's 2 KOs and your max. Like, this is just straight up so much easier when I'm not trying to use, like, Quick Claw Wheezing, I swear. It's just literally, like, free wins. You just walk into the ladder and it's free wins. Let's see. Zacian and what? Zacian Yveltal? Like, we just go Follow Me. Follow Me Quake. We don't even have to Follow Me, actually. We can just actually go Helping Hand Quake into the Zacian, just to make sure it goes down if it's a bulky spread. And if they go for, like, a Snarl, that should be fine, because your Zacian's going to take too much damage, and you already wasted your max. So Helping Hand Dialga with the biggest Quake you've ever seen to KO the bulkiest Zacian we've ever seen, and then we just win. We didn't even need Starmie, bro. Starmie conditioned them into bringing the Zap. Helping Hand D's. Oh, my goodness. You got Protect? Oh! How many Zacians is this a one-shot on? Like, like realistically, that's like one-shotting like 3 Zacians right now. You can Snarl me, I really don't care. Like, we just take those wins. Dialga's so big. Imagine if Dialga had, like, Grimnay. Oh my goodness. I don't even want to entertain that idea. You're going to have to Entity. Wow. Cool. Did I bring Star? No, I brought Grim in the back. I brought Grim and my other restricted, my Yveltal. I'll go Grim. I want to show you guys how much damage this Foul Play does. I just want to show it to you. Unlike a Yveltal that's obviously built special, we'll show you how much damage. Like, they're probably like, oh, Grim, that's so annoying, because they can't use dark attacks on it. So we just go for like a Foul Play into it, and the absolutely massive Wormwood. Wormwood's just going to get the one shot. And so we'll take those wins on the ranked ladder. Battle was canceled. We do be loving to see that. Holy moly, Dialga is straight nuts in this format right now. What? We're on ranked. Chat, we're on ranked. Chat, we're on ranked? Like, what? we're not even just like on ranked. We're on ranked like in Ultra Ball, like tier 10, like 1 or 2 wins from Master Ball. I don't even know what this is. I mean, you know what this is? This is a time to use the Starmie. I see your whatever that Avalug? I see your Avalug, I see your Cramorant. I see a situation where we can use Starmie Whimsicott. Yeah. We're just gonna do this. We're gonna go Tailwind. We're gonna try and win with Tailwind this game. We don't need redirection from Indy. There's no real like big mons that have like that much threatening moves. So cool chance to use Starmie. Like, I have no clue what this person thinks they're gonna do against us. I mean, I almost want to just let him get to Master Ball. But I'm a professional Pokemon player, that's +1. So, like, I have to do my absolute best to, you know, uphold that level of integrity. And gatekeep the crap out of them. Let's go. Noivern Cramorant. Yo, sounds like a job for Meteor Beam Tailwind. Who's the bigger threat? It has to be the Noivern, right? Because you want to go for Airstreams on Noivern, probably? So, like, look at this. Meteor D's. And just Tailwind it up. Oh my gosh, that's so big. And then Starmie's gonna be so big, and then I just Rockfall the Cramorant. That's so big. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we win. Yeah, shoutouts to me not leading with restricteds. Like, you can totally max that Noivern. Ooh, is that the netball? Are you maxing the Cramorant? I mean, what does Cramorant even do? Hey, pop off, Chief. I guess it could be Sash Noivern. I've never seen one of these in VGC in my life. In my life. I don't think I've ever seen one of these guys in VGC. So, Tailwind's up. I'd like to hit my Meteor Beam. Meteor Beam should also give you a +1 special attack after you KO something. Let's go. Meteor Beam Starmie. The tech. Here we go. Yeah, I was watching Pokemon Challenges do some runs. And I was like, man, Starmie's so sick. Why don't people use Starmie? And then I was like, man, Starmie gets all the good moves. Sash Noivern. Okay, so they're going to potentially be able to trade Tailwinds with me. But then Whimsicott outspeeds their Noivern, so we're fine. Well, maybe. And I said maybe. I say maybe. We're definitely rockfalling the crap out of that Cramorant. Max Ooze. Oh my goodness. That's fine. I'm a rockfall the absolute crap out of that whatever thing next turn. Let's go. Hey, good play. They're playing this correctly. Like, Max Ooze, so maybe they're vested or they're orbed. Okay. Like, normally you would not see that. So, it's Rockfall time. Not on that slot. It's Rockfall time onto the Cramorant, obviously. And then, like, what do you even do with the Whims? I think it's better just to fake tears to make sure you get the KO. I'm pretty sure Starmie gets the KO at +1. I guess I could protect for a turn. That's probably actually just better. Because, like, Starmie at +1 will just take out the Cramorant, I think. After, like, Orb and Chip, like, I think that's fine. No, Whimsicott's going to get KO'd anyways. So, yeah, we'll just go for the fake tears then. Yeah, Whimsicott's going to get KO'd by the Sandstorm. So, absolutely massive Starmie out here. Oh, my goodness. You know, we'd be loving to see Big Max Starmie channeling my inner Gen 2 Gym Leader Misty. I was thinking about it, like, which Gen 1 Gym Leader, the question of the day, has the best ace Pokemon? It's not Brock. It might be Misty. It might be Lieutenant Surge. Erica's weird. Like, Blaine has Arcanine. Like, Giovanni has Rhydon. That's not that great, right? So, let's see. Heat Wave. So, Whimsicott's taking the big L. I'm pretty sure we just outspeed this Cramorant here. One-shotting, get a double KO, and then just bring our Dialga in the back and just pop off. Let's go, Starmie! ROCKFALL. Off the -2 split def. Don't you just be loving to see that? Look, this is what Pokemon is, right? Starmies versus Cramorants and Noivern. Get these legendaries out of here, man. I just want to use Starmie. I just want to use the cool Pokemon. But I do think I'm going to start doing like a lot more Nuzlocke content on my Twitch channel. I'm really interested because I've been watching, like I said, a lot of Pokemon Challenges, which is a YouTube channel that does a lot of Nuzlocke content. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, man, I kind of want to throw my ring, like throw my, you know, myself into the ring and see if I can make some sick plays. Just because I think that Nuzlocke content, it's not like super hard, but a lot of the RNG that goes along with like playing against other people that I don't like getting sniped, or people knowing that they're playing against a professional Pokemon player, that's +1, just playing weird on purpose. People basically going like Hail Mary plays from turn 1, those don't happen in Nuzlocks. Nuzlocks, they're like, okay, they see a KO on something, they see a super effective move and they use it, and you can try your best to punish that. And so that means you can like calc and like EV train things to, you know, not get KO'd by those situations. Speaking of these situations, I dislike this. I actually think you Trick Room. Again, this is another real person that we're playing against here. We're playing against a real person. We also want to Trick Room so we can break the Sash on Mosa. And then next turn, we underspeed the Mosa with Starmie, which is super pog. So Bug Buzz, see, I don't want to deal with that. It's like I'm playing a Nuzlocke right now. Earthquake, yo, hit your Mosa, Chief. You won't kill my Dialga. I don't think. You already showed your orb. That's the thing. You have to be banded. Oh my god, you just one-shotted your Mosa? I guess in terms of like Nuzlocks, you wouldn't see that every day, right? Just EQ crit KO your own Mon. Yo, that's fine. Yo, shoutouts to EQ, bro. I think you might be banded, which means you can't hit my Yveltal. Oh yeah, Dialga is a steel type. It's not dead. We take those all the way to the bank. I forgot Dialga doesn't tick out from that. I'm roaring it, bros. Let's go. How fast are you? Not fast enough. Roar of Time. Big Life Orb boosted Oko into the Diggersby, though. Oh my goodness. Dialga takes out, but we won the game with Starmie, so like, we do be loving to see that for us right now. Holy moly, what an absolutely massive win. Xerneas. Okay. I mean, sounds like it has to be a drop for Dialga wins, right? You can just go Tailwinds. There's no fake outs there, so you can just go like Tailwind Steel Spike into like a fake tier Steel Spike, and that's probably enough to take it out. We can also just Trick Room on their Geo and then fake tier Steel Spike. No, I don't like that as much. I like this play though. Grim's also good here in my opinion. Grim's not great versus Feeny, but like Grim can just come in and really derail what they're trying to do. They're gonna go big Zap, right? So we have to just not lose to Zap. And so I do think Grim Yveltal is probably okay. Yveltal has to come because it's good versus Groudon. Yveltal has to come, and then I guess you just go Grim. There's so much AoE. Like they have Heat Wave Zap, P-Blades Groudon, Rock Slide Groudon, Muddy Water Feeny, Dazzling Zern. Like you have to go with a mix of a board like this. We already used the Starmie, right? We already used Starmie. Let's go back to thinking about like what Gen 1 gym leader has like the best ace Pokemon. It's probably Blaine, like realistically, right? He has Arcanine. Starmie's pretty sick though if you use it right. Like Misty didn't have access to like Expanding Force and Meteor Beam, but holy moly, if Gen 1 Misty was like Power Beam and Meteor Beam and your Mons, it might have been Misty. You never know. So let's see. You can go for a lot of stuff here. I'm pretty sure I can Oko your P2. Ooh, Roar of Time gets mitigated though from the use of the Misty Terrain. Sick. Okay. Trace Prankster. That's problematic. That's actually going to highly change how we play this matchup. Because that means that you can go for Eerie Impulse. I'm actually still going to try and one-shot you. Like, I'm going to hope that you're Trick Rooming. Like, if you have Eerie Impulse and you trace my Prankster, we probably just straight up lose. We have to go for a Steel Spike here, which I'm not a big fan of. Just because Wormwind is mitigated by the use of the Misty Terrain. So if you go for Prankster Eerie Impulse into my Dialga, we probably lose. Like the fact that we're going with what is this? Fake Tears cancels that out for the most part, but unless we get like crits, you're basically just getting free turns with your Feeny, and you're wasting my max turns by doing this. So not the best situation for me. I'm really surprised they went with this. Fake Tears, okay. Like, please just try and trick him and die. That's literally what we want to see right now. Cool. Hey, I mean, even if you're... It really doesn't matter what you're doing. Like, yeah, you're gone. So it's like, yeah, I was going to be like, if you're trying to Trick Room, even though it's a Prankster boosted Trick Room, it goes from a -7 to a -6, right? So I'll take that. P2 down. I don't care if you call mine here. I really don't. Nature's Madness. That was going to take about 30%. Okay. We stopped the speed control, which means we can still apply our own here into their Groudon. We had a +1 defense boost. So like next turn we'll probably just like Steel Spike the Groudon and go for... We don't need to Tailwind yet. Even at all. Because we won't die to a max Quake at +1 defense, I don't think. No, Tailwind plus the Quake is... Or sorry, Tailwind plus the Steel Spike lets us guarantee with it. And we get to stick the damage here before they stick a Quake, and then next turn we can Fake Tears it. So we're going to do about, let's see, 30 to 40% this turn, and then next turn they get a +1, and then we drop down to a -1 after our Fake Tears, and we do the extra 60. So we should be in a good spot here. Feeny's still a big problem, but I think that might be like a vested Feeny. Awesome. This is going super well for us. Feeny is like a big problem for Dialgas. Like, as any person that's actually played Dialga, you know that like Feeny being able to turn off your ability to do big damage with dragon attacks, it's super hard. Good thing we do have the reliance on you know, max Steel Spike, but it's about 20 base power less, and it's just not nearly as good, you know. But let's go. Tailwinds up. Whimsicott Dialga, man, it's so good. You saw in game 1 we went Redirection Trick Room, and in this game we're just going Tailwind. So it's like it's so hard to beat this team. So it's gonna be vested Groudon. Okay. So let's see how much they actually deal with the Quake into my Dialga. So we're at +2 defense. I'm thinking it's going to be about 40 to 50%. And then maybe we can get a KO with the next turn. And that's not that much. We're totally fine. That does a lot less. So that means their Groudon's actually like full HP, heavy defense Spadef vest. So they don't have, they might be like Adamant Nature, but like that's about it. So that's good for us. That means we actually don't even die next turn. So we can just go for a Fake Tears into the slot, and yeah, another Steel Spike, the 3rd boost. You can go Max Guard Groudon, like it doesn't really stop me, because then at this point we're just wasting your max turns. We come with the Yveltal and win the game. Your biggest win condition was like, in my opinion, getting up the Trick Room. I know your last mon's gonna be Xerneas, but I still think like Whimsicott can kinda, almost maybe play around it through the use of Fake Tears. We'll see. We will see. If we can KO this Groudon, though, we do win. Because you just Fake Tears the Xern, you win the game. Fake Tears, Flash Cannon, to win the game. There's a chance that, like, if you go Max Guard Groudon and, like, Nature's Madness into, like, I'm out of max turns and then you do stuff, I'd lose my Dialga. But, like, I probably would just switch out into, like, Yveltal at that point. So, yeah, I like that they're staying in here. That's great. So, I don't think, like, just one Nature's Madness and the Quake will KO us at this point. And at this point, you can see we can just KO them with another Flash Cannon. Because you're only getting +1 Spadef, and I'm basically making you a -2. Oh, I forgot about the Life Orb damage. We'll probably die. Actually, the only way Nature's Madness can KO is if you get us to 1. Oh no! No way! Please just Moonblast me. No way. No way. Bro. Okay, you're Moonblasting my Whims. It's funny how you can like see that from how they're like the screen shifts a little bit, but we take those. So Dialga's gonna get ticked out, right? Dialga is gonna get ticked out. You still want to go for, I think you actually might have to Fake Tears the Yveltal, because like look at our board, big special attackers in the back. That's a vested Feeny, right? So we're gonna have to Fake Tears this Feeny, I think. And go for just a Flash Cannon to the Groudon. Like, I don't think it KOs, but, like, we'll see how this works. And then bringing out, like, Grim and stuff like that might be our best shot. We just have to stick a special defense drop into the Feeny so we can actually use Yveltal against it. This is going to make Feeny a -1 because there's a vest somewhere, right? Wow, I could have KO'd the Groudon. Dialga ticks out. We're going to lose the Whims. And then we have Grim Yveltal, which is ass versus, what is that Pokemon in the back? Xerneas. It's ass. It's absolutely terrible. It's also just not good versus Feeny, you know? Snarl, KO, Groudon. We're gonna have to snarl out that Zern. I do not like that. Oh, we get to keep our Wimps. What did they use? They missed the Nature's Madness. That's really big for us, because that way we can reapply our Tailwind. So that's actually really nice. No, Wimp side. Sorry. For some reason I thought they missed Nature's Madness and Wimps didn't get KO'd. I was looking at something else. I was looking at Discord. Yeah, Yveltal Grim. What could I have brought differently than Grim here? That would have, like, Indity would have been okay. Starmie would have been Pog right here, because we would just have popped off. Groudon's gonna get KO'd from Snarl. Like, we already know this. And that'll make the Feeny weaker too for Moonblast. This Foul Play is gonna still chunk this Feeny. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's gonna do so much. You might even switch the Feeny out. And if you switch your Zern in on like a Snarl Foul Play, that's gonna do over half. Which means if you want to go for a Geo, you'll lose it, basically. Because the Foul Play is doing most of the damage. Like, Zern has like 130 base attack. Yeah, let's see it. Maybe the Feeny doesn't have a vest. I was thinking it was vested Feeny, but the Groudon's really bulky too. Snarl gets a double hit. That's fine with me. So Groudon ticks out. It's a -2 special defense Feeny. So that means the vest was definitely on the Feeny. It was just a full HP Spadef Groudon. And let's see what Grim does. That doesn't do shit. Flat Glassed, Foul Play, boosted. So, like, we have no real way to take that thing out. Like, we can, what is it? Go for, oh, that was a crit. That's crap. If you have Xerneas back here, I think I lose. If you have Xerneas back here, I probably lose. We're going to go for a Thunder Wave on the Zern and try and get the Feeny off the board and just go for, like, Paras into, like, Snarls and stuff like that. But, like, let's see the Zern. Yeah, we'll see. We do have shots, but like they're definitely not good. So Oblivion Wing has to go into Feeny for a 2-shot, maybe, and Thunder Wave into the Zern and stop the Geo. It's our best shot right here. The Misty Terrain is Dunzoed. Yeah, Zern's a weird matchup for like Double Dark. Maybe I shouldn't have brought the Grim. So it's not vested Feeny. Okay, it's fine with me. Like, I'll get what I can get. Your Zern, even if you get your boost, can still get crit. It can still be fully paralyzed for like 8 turns in a row. Like, we're still playing to our outs. Misty Explosion Zern. Did you just die? Doesn't that kill you? Am I dead? No way. No way! Yo. Misty Specs. It's Specs, guys. Misty Explosion Specs Xerneas. I'm not even mad. That's fucking sick. You have to hold that big L. See, I told you it was Specs. Like, I knew it was there. So, what is that? Sub Specs? That's fine. It's probably just there to, like, waste time, you know? Specs Focus Blast is cool. Moonblast, like, it's a cool set, you know? I think the crit on the Feeny into my Yveltal made my Yveltal go down to that, because, like, I understand your Specs, like, heavy special attack, but I still think I had shots to win that one if you didn't crit my AV full bulk Yveltal. But either way, really, really cool team. Is that a Zygarde? Do they really think they can use Zygarde against me? No way. Zygarde Amoonguss. I want the Amoonguss gone. Like, it's either Amoonguss or Sableye that has their Sash. I don't care about their Grim as much as you might think. And I do really still like Starmie here in this situation. I know you might not think Starmie's good here, but I think Starmie's like actually okay because it's a great wall to Solgaleo. Dialga's good, but we need to bring the right mons to surround it with. So like Dialga with the use of like Fake Tears could pop the Zygarde. We can also go Dialga Redirection, and this would stop them from like Fake Tearsing or any speed drops into us. So like this is an okay play as well. We can also just, you know, Expanding Force into their Amoonguss. So I don't hate this lead. This would be bad versus like Snarl Solgaleo. That's like a vest. So we'll see how that works. We do have the Yveltal. The last mon's going to be really important here. I think the last time we didn't have enough damage, so I'm going to bring the Starmie. I think that normally you do like Grim versus Solgaleo, but I think we're going to want more damage just to be able to pop the Amoonguss. I think having a secondary Psychic type to just pop the Amoonguss after the Entity gets KO'd is going to be really, really nice, and they're just not going to see this one coming. Plus, I want to use Starmie. So, let's just go. And what is this? Solgaleo Grim. So you can set up screens here. Are you going to be Policy? I think we just throw Steel Spikes into your Grim, like, realistically. We just go, like, follow me. Think about that. Like, obviously I will follow me, but, like, follow me and throw Steel Spike into the Grim to defense boost. And then we bring out Starmie, and then we just win. Because you're going to bring out Whims after that, and then that's where we just go the eject button. Not the eject button, the, you know, the expanding force, and just be an absolute beast. Plus, getting Steel Spikes on Dialga is, like, absolutely huge if we're not proccing Policy. Yeah, this is okay. Let's just make sure we're doing it the right way. This should KO Grim unless they're Babiri. And, like, Babiri Grim's, like, super common, so I hope that's not what's happening right now. Because you can only get one screen right now. If you want to go for, like, a light screen, you don't get the Reflect, which means the Yveltal comes in super hot in, like, 2 turns. After you're out of max turns, just one-shot you with Foul Play. But let's see. You basically have to Quake versus Indie, and I'm not going to let you get, like... I'm not going to let you get what you want with it. Like, you won't be able to one-shot me with a max Quake. Steel Spike, maybe, but not a max Quake. And I'm really happy to see no Snarl. Like, no Snarl, no Trick Room, or anything weird is awesome. It basically just means the game's going according to plan. They're going to be faster than us, but that's fine. Solgaleo has a higher base speed than Dialga. And we're just going to trade Steel Spike boosts for, you know, whatever I want to do. So follow me. Do we see which screen? Survey says which screen? Light screen. So you might get to keep your Grim, which means you might get to Reflect, which is probably the better play, but we're also wasting max turns, and you're not KOing our Entity at all here. You're getting Speed Up boost, so you're definitely going to get to keep your Grim here, but like I'm going to get +2 defense boost out of it. I want to see if your Orb Solgaleo. Survey says. We're going to find out in a sec. No. Okay. So this is going to do a lot to your Grim still. Wow. Light screen plus max Quake boost still O-coded. So it's probably full HP defense to be able to deal with Zacian a little bit better. I'll still take that. Like, I'll take that. That just speeds up the game a lot. You can bring out your Whimsicott, but I don't think it matters as much as you think, because what we're going to do here is you bring out, did I say Whimsicott? I meant Amoonguss. We're going to go Max Guard Dialga, Expanding Force. You'll go for the Spore, it won't really work, and then I'll be able to get a KO. So yeah, see Amoonguss right here. In this situation, you just go for a Max Guard. Because what they're doing is they're going to try and KO the Entity with a Steel Spike this turn, and then they can go for a Spore into the Dialga, and next turn, if you KO my Entity, I get to bring out my Starmie and go for Expanding Force Dumpster into your Amoonguss, and then we are basically fine. And if for some reason, actually, the way this is going to work here, if you're doubling into the Dialga and forcing me to follow me, I get a free Expanding Force on your Amoonguss, which is so good. Yeah, Max Quake. You can Max Quake that same slot, but it shouldn't kill unless you crit. Yeah, because I got a defense boost last time I checked. Cool. Yeah, and if you want to go for a Spore into the slot, like, that means like we're still going to be fine. Because like we're doing more than enough to break Sash, which means we can just KO you even if you protect next turn. Crit that one, though. You do be loving to see that Spore blocked, boys. And this is your last turn max, which means that Yveltal is going to absolutely pop off in like 2 turns. Do you have an Incent on this team? You do not. It means it might be better to go for a Max Quake. I'll take a defense boost, though. Like, defense is fine versus all this. I don't care if you switch in Entei. Like, I really don't. Because I don't want to proc your Solgaleo. Like, that's the thing. I really just don't want to proc that Solgaleo right now. So we'll just go for the Follow Me, fodder the Entity to like a Max Steel Spike, and then we'll be good to go. Cool. Big Indy Steel Spike. So Indy's going to go down, and then we should be outspeeding that Amoonguss with the Dialga, getting a second defense boost, and then we just bring out probably Yveltal. Like, realistically, it's going to be Yveltal. Right? We'll see. We're 2 for 2 right now out of max turns. They still have a policy to proc, but like, I'm kind of looking at it in a really weird way where I want to proc their policy and Oko them with Dialga. Sorry, Oko them with the Yveltal with a foul play. Starmie's still really good. I think you actually bring the Starmie out here, and you proc their policy and just bring the Yveltal out and finish them off. It's a good play. I like the Starmie here. The big expanding force versus that Entei. The big Scald versus that Entei. So big. So big. Zygarde, that's fine. Talk about expand these forces out here. Surprised it's not. I think Entei's a better mon than like Zygarde. Realistically. So expanding force is gonna hit super hard still. Should we Trick Room here? Probably. Probably. That seems like a good play because like the Soul Glow is faster than my Dialga, which means it's faster than my Yveltal. Right, so we want to go for the Trick Room, and then like we would go for like a Dialga Earth Power, proc the Soul Glow, and Yveltal foul play it before it can actually do anything, off of like a Hydro or off of expanding into that Zygarde this turn. So that's a good looking play, I think. This is totally fine. Like I almost want to say you should kind of still. You're gonna go for an EQ here. It's not gonna get you that much, like at all. Cool. I'll take that free 2% on the Soul. Free 2% damage on Soul Glow. Please don't crit my Dialga while Trick Room. That's weak AF. We're going to go all in on the Zygarde this turn. I'm pretty sure we still underspeed it. Because like their team has Trick Room like potential, but it's not made for Trick Room like ours is. So we're just going to go into that slot. I wish I had Ice Beam here, but it doesn't really matter. Like, Soul Glow can't do that much to Starmie. I don't actually want to use my Protect yet. I want to make sure we can kill the Zygarde in case it's, like, Citrus or something weird. Like, Pinchberry, Figgy, Sash. Sash Zygarde's actually really scary because you get to go into the Zygarde Awaken. So we want to KO that thing before the end of the turn. Roar Time should just get the KO, right? Roar of Time Bees. Big Dagger. I love the late game Trick Room. No Sash, which means it's a single target expanding force. It's not really wasted. Realistically, we just would have missed a Hydro Pump anyways. EQ. Awesome. So next turn we can just Protect. Dialga doesn't give two shits how much damage this does. That's really funny. I can actually just switch in my Yveltal, actually, and just save this Starmie to Hydro Pump after the Trick Room's over. Probably a better play. Dialga's recharging here, so this is actually Starmie that's selecting its moves right now. You can see it by us clicking Fight. It's Starmie. So Dialga's recharging. Yveltal's going to switch in, and then we'll just go for, like, whatever we feel like. Dialga shouldn't get KO'd here. And the way this is going to work, Yveltal under Speed Soul Glow as well, because I don't think we actually have any speed investment on this Yveltal. So unless you crit me here, we're going to be in a really good spot. Don't crit me, bro. Oh, yeah, the Dialga is so thick. So I'm going to proc Policy to, like, one-shot you with a foul play. Just make sure my Yveltal has, like, no speed. Yes, the bulky Yveltal. The bulky full speed Yveltal. Sorry, full bulky Yveltal. So Earth Power will proc Sash. Sorry, not proc Sash. It will proc Policy, which will give you a +2 attack boost. And then Foul Play will one-shot you, probably. You have a +1 defense boost. So maybe, but like, this should work. Because Soulglo's base 99, maybe, I think. So there's the Policy. Okay, I see you. And Yveltal? Yveltal, though? Yeah. Yeet. Oh my goodness, the big Yveltal. Shoutouts to Weakness Policy. Best item in the game for securing KOs on your opponent. Man, this team is so sick. It uses Starmie. It uses Dialga. Like, what a unique way to play the game, I think. I think this team's really, really unique. And if you guys want to use this team, it's going to be up on Patreon. So think about checking out my Patreon. There's exclusive Patreon tournaments there. There's a bunch of exclusive articles, as well as all of my rental teams and PokePace are up on Patreon. So think about checking that out, because Even subscribing to the lowest tier gets you access to all those teams, and subscribing to the lowest tier for 1 month earns me more money than I earn if you watched every one of my videos for a whole year, right? The ad revenue I'd get from you watching 365 videos is lower than a $2 tier subscription to Patreon for 1 month. Think about that. So if you want to support the content, you guys like me using the meme teams, think about checking out the Patreon. And other than that, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out, and I'll see you guys next time.